In today's video, we're going to be comparing two very popular tools, Notion and Google Calendar, and help you decide which one is better for entrepreneurs. What's up, you guys? My name's Ashley, and if you've ever felt that your schedule is messy, your tasks are super scattered, or you're just having trouble syncing your planning with your daily work, this comparison is going to help you pick the tool that fits your style. So by the end, you'll understand what each tool does best, where each falls short, and of course, which one I would recommend depending on your business stage. Let's get into it. So first off, what are Notion and Google Calendar? Notion is an all-in-one workspace that combines notes, databases, tasks, files, calendars, dashboards, and so much more. You can actually build custom systems for project tracking, content planning, client tracking, or anything else. It's highly customizable, which means you can make it as simple or as complex as you want. Google Calendar, on the other hand, is more narrowly focused. It is a calendar tool first, and its main job is to schedule events, appointments, reminders, and block your time. It syncs really well with many tools. It's very reliable, and it works well both on mobile and desktop. And that's why lots of people already use it. It does one thing really well. Now, let's compare Notion and Google Calendar along their features that matter most for entrepreneurs. Starting off with scheduling versus context. So Google Calendar shines for scheduling. When you need to block time, set meeting invites, send reminders, share calendars with other teams, families, or clients, Google Calendar is very, very strong. You see your day very clearly, you get notified, and you can set reoccurring events easily and integrate with Google Meet or other services. Notion does include calendar views, but its strength is in context. In Notion, calendar items live in databases, which means each event can have notes, attachments, tasks connected to it. You can even assign statuses and relate to different content. That just gives you so much more depth. You can see what needs to happen around that time, not just a meeting from 10 to 11. Next is task and project integration. So Notion allows you to link calendar items to projects and tasks. For example, a project deadline, a content publish date, a client call, all of those can live in one database with tasks. Reminders, notes, files, all of those can live in one database with tasks, reminders, notes, files. If you move a date in Notion, the calendar will update the linked database, keeping everything organized in one place. Now, Google Calendar is simpler. It has reminders and tasks depending on your Google account, but tasks are way less rich in context. Typically, they are separate apps like Google Tasks or external tools, and you can't naturally attach a deep project plan with Substacks files and relational links inside Google Calendar itself. Collaboration and sharing. So Google Calendar is minimal but very effective for collaboration. You can share your calendar easily, invite others to events, see availability, and schedule meetings. For teams or clients who need to set your availability, Google Calendar is often the simplest choice. Notion also supports collaboration too, but in a very different way. You can share pages, assign people to tasks, comment on database items, have meeting notes stored inside, and see project progress. But Notion is less about who's free at 3 p.m. and more about what stage is this project in and what needs to happen next. Although, make sure you stick around to the end because I want to show you something even extra that Notion has that might change the game completely for you. Next, let's talk about notification and reminders. Google Calendar gives you strong reminders. You can get pop-ups, email notices, mobile push notifications. For time-sensitive events, this is critical. Now, on the other hand, Notion does have reminders in date properties and can send alerts, but it's not as strong or reliable for alert me 10 minutes before my meeting across all devices as Google Calendar tends to be. It works better for planning than minute-by-minute scheduling. Next is mobile integrations and availability. So Google Calendar is available nearly everywhere: Android, iOS, web. It syncs with many tools and is often built into other apps like meeting tools, emails, etc. Notion is also cross-platform, but some calendar functions are inside the Notion app itself. While Notion has been improving integration, so Notion does embed to Google Calendar, but it also has its own calendar itself called Notion Calendar, which I want to show you guys. Okay, so if you want to get started with Notion, you can kind of follow along. We do have a link down in the description below, and you can get started on their free plan. I use Notion for pretty much everything, but if we go to my planner right here. This is how I manage my business, my tasks. I've got big projects. I've got, weekly intentions, what's going to move the business forward. I also have a weekly content calendar. So as you can see directly in Notion, there is no really time blocking like Google Calendar, but you can have tasks. And now what Notion does have, which is really, really cool, which is what I use every single day, is they have Notion calendar now. As you can see, it looks a lot like a normal calendar, right? But the difference is that you can actually connect your databases from Notion on their Notion calendar. So for example, as you can see, I've got my content calendar right here and I've got my weekly task planner. As you can see, a task that I had on Monday, edit podcast. You can actually see your tasks and things that need to get done from Notion and your Notion calendar. You can connect it to your Gmail too if you already have a bunch of stuff set up in there. But it works exactly like Google Calendar. It gives you notifications. It does have a scheduling tool, but I would say it's definitely not as good as the Google Calendar one. But for me, with what I do, it works just fine. You can integrate your Zoom, so it automatically adds Zoom links to your events. And again, let's just say I wanted to add something to my weekly tasks. I would come over here to the calendar and you can see Ashley's Notion. I could add something right here. I could put edit blog or reach out to client, right? Put this in weekly tasks. Now, if we come over to Notion, you can see both those tasks that I put created events in my database, right? So that's the cool part. And in Notion calendar, as you can see right here, we can even change this from not started to in progress to done. And again, Notion and Notion calendar are talking to each other. So again, that's the beauty of Notion and Notion calendar is you kind of can connect them together and see where things are in your pipeline and in the process. Now, this is Google Calendar. And Google Calendar is also great. I used just Google Calendar for years. I will say, they do have tasks right here that you can go ahead and create, but it's not as robust as Notion is. But again, you can time block, you can, create events, you can invite people, you can create appointment schedules. So again, it really is just not as robust, but it still solves the problem of creating a schedule for yourself and having meetings, inviting people to meetings, right? So there's nothing wrong with Google Calendar. It's just really how robust of a system do you want? Now let's kind of talk about the pros and cons of Notion versus Google Calendar. The pros of Google Calendar are it's just excellent for scheduling and reminders. Again, Notion Calendar does have reminders, but if you're just using Notion, the reminders aren't as great. But if you use Notion Calendar, those reminders are great. They kind of work the same way as Google Calendar. It's also really easy sharing events and invites. It's great for meetings, appointments, and blocking out personal time. It also has a lot of deep integrations with email, chat, video calls, etc. It's also just low friction, right? Many people already have a Google account and are familiar with how it works. Now for the cons. So it's just a lack of context, right? There's a little notes section in there, but the reality is you can do tasks, but not necessarily like big projects or just not a lot of information is tied to it, right? There's also just way less customization for projects or long-term planning. Notifications can become noisy if they're not managed, and it's just not as visually flexible for multiple views like board lists, content planning, project tracking inside the same app. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of Notion. So it's just highly flexible. You can build content calendars, tasks, project timelines, client tracking, and link them all together. It's also just rich with context, right? So you can add properties, databases, views, notes, files, attachments, and everything all in one place. You also get multiple views, so you can do the calendar view, the table view, the board view, timeline view, all with the same data, and you can even connect it to Notion Calendar as well. It's also great for content planning, project workflows, knowledge base, SOPs, all in one place. Notion also has very strong documentation and resource integration. Your work, draft scripts, and final materials can live all in the same ecosystem. It's so powerful. Now for the cons. So like I said, the notifications and reminders are not always as immediate or reliable as the Notion Calendar app. So that's just something to be aware of. There's also just a definitely bigger learning curve to set up all of your systems. If you try to build too much too fast, it can feel really overwhelming. I know for me, when I first got Notion, I went down a rabbit hole just trying to make it so complex, and it just made me not want to use it. So I really recommend making sure you create simple systems for yourself that you'll actually use. Also, a con of Notion is the real-time scheduling for meetings. In Notion Calendar, you can give people some options of when your availability is, but not to the extent of Google Calendar. Google Calendar actually lets you set up meeting types kind of like Calendly or something like that, where you can show all of your available appointments. Now, let's talk about the different plans and pricing options. So Google Calendar is part of Google's suite, and for personal users, it's completely free. For businesses, it is included in the Google Workspace plan, and the cost just depends on the plan that you get. A lot of their plans often include stuff like Drive, Google Calendar, Google Meet, and stuff like that. So you're getting Calendar plus many other tools. But for entrepreneurs, this makes Google Calendar a very cost-effective tool. Okay, so now I wanted to touch on Notion's pricing. So they actually do have a free plan, and I used their free plan for a long time. It's great for, individual use, basic form, basic sites. Notion Calendar is included in that as well. Notion Mail, and then databases including Substack dependencies, custom properties, and more. Now, I'm going over the yearly prices because that's how you can save the most. Then they've got the Plus plan, and this is $10 per member per month. This is the plan I'm on, I believe. And you get everything in the free plan, but you get unlimited collaborative blocks, unlimited file uploads, unlimited charts, custom forms, custom sites, and then basic integrations. Then they've got the business plan, which is $20 per month per member. And then with this, you get everything in the Plus plan plus, SAML, SSO, granular database permissions, verify any page, domain verification, and then Notion AI is also included, which is really cool. So you get their agent, their enterprise search, AI meeting notes, and research mode. Then they've got their enterprise plan, which you do need to contact them directly. But again, you can use the free plan with Notion Calendar, and it's also free just like the Google Calendar is. So you don't have to worry about price in this instant. You can get signed up with the free plan in Notion. Now, to help you decide, here are some specific kinds of entrepreneurs and scenarios which tend to work better in each. So when Google Calendar might be the better fit for you. If your primary need is scheduling and time blocking, Google Calendar definitely wins. For example, if you meet with clients regularly and need to send invites or allow booking, Google Calendar is definitely more straightforward. If reminders and minutes before alerts are critical in your workflow, and if you live in many time zones or need automatic link generation for meetings like Zoom and Meet. If you want very simple visibility into your day without building custom systems, Google Calendar is definitely the site for you. Now, when Notion might be a better pick. So Notion is better if your work involves planning, tracking progress, content creation, client management, or knowledge work. For example, if you want to track content ideas, deadlines, tasks, and link them to resources or notes, it's definitely the winner. If you want dashboards showing what you plan this week, what's overdue, what's upcoming, combining calendar and task and project databases, Notion is definitely the winner. And lastly, if your business needs a knowledge base, SOPs, client records, all in one workspace, Notion is definitely the winner there. If you value control like customizing status options, tagging, filtering, linking, multiple views, etc., again, Notion is for you. And like I said, Google Calendar is great if you just want the simplicity of it. If you want the combination of powerful project tracking, databases, and being able to link that to your actual calendar, then the Notion Calendar is definitely the way to go. The bottom line is, if your priority is just meetings, events, reminders, and maybe managing time across people like client, team, start with Google Calendar. It's fast, reliable, and nearly universal. And if you just have like simple tasks to kind of manage and take care of, that's totally fine. But if your priority is project planning, content schedules, goals, linking tasks, resources, and staying organized beyond time slots, Notion is going to give you so much more long-term value. I would say use Google Calendar and Notion together, which is what I used to do, but then Notion launched their calendar, which again is why I transitioned over in that way to manage everything kind of all in one place. Yes, they're two separate apps, but they talk to each other, which is so nice and keeps everything organized. As a personal note, I know how challenging it can feel when you have too many tools or calendars open and you're still not sure what's coming up and what you should work on next. Choosing Using tools that match how you work and are easy to maintain can take a lot of stress off your daily routine. If you want to test out Notion and Notion Calendar, we do have a link down in the description below for you to get started. I do want to mention that these are affiliate links, which means we may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. So if you do choose to use our links, we just want to thank you so much in advance for supporting our channel. It really helps us to continue to create free content and tutorials just like this. This channel is dedicated to helping entrepreneurs and small business owners find tools and setups that actually help them grow without overwhelm. If you loved this video, don't forget to like it and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have any comments or questions, we'd love to hear them. So don't forget to drop those below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.